Hi, I'm Doggone. Welcome back to Wendell G's 1994 Milwaukee Brewers. The date is May 1st, 1994. And your Brewers, your brew crew has not done so well this April. I thought I would just post a quick monthly recap. And we got off to an 8-15 start. We had basically a 500 spring training. That was good. But we got off to an 8-15 start this season. I'm not exactly sure why I did basically turn the game over to the AI. Maybe that's why. But anyway, I made some changes after that and pulled the guys back in that I wanted to pull in. And I made a few tweaks. Over in the AL, we've got a few names on the boards here. Tony Womack is on a tear, man. He is just tearing up with a 389 average, second in the AL. Pitching leaders, Ismael Valdez leads the league in ERA, and newly acquired Kevin Tapani is on the list as well. Anthony Telford, our closer, or actually he's our primary go-to bullpen guy. He's on the boards with 4 wins already. You can see our team is doing well in terms of pitching. Runs against is number 3 in the AL, and bullpen ERA is second in the AL. Other things are not so great. Starters ERA is 10th. We've had some guys completely get clobber-knockered. Steve Cook for 1. William Van Landingham's off to a slow start. But we believe in him. Think he's going to be fine. So bullpen's doing it. Blaze Minor doing okay. Yeah. What else is going on here? Offense has been tearing it up, man. The batting average was very high, but now has fallen to 6th. However, our run scored is down to 13th, and I think it's because I don't have long ball hitters on the club. I tend to recruit for contact, and that's not getting it done. So I have to sit down and have a talk with Tony La Russa about this. Good news is no major injuries of note so far this baseball season. Terry Pendleton was injured during spring training. Carl Everett is out for a few weeks. Put him on the 15-day DL. He's out for a few weeks with a little injury. That is a definite setback and hurts us. But he and Danny Bautista went out. Had to go make some transactions. Let's go to transactions log. May. Oh, that's the AI right there doing all that. Didn't know that was going on. Jason Beer was not doing the trick. He was getting hammered pretty bad. He was 0-2, pitched 18 innings, 1.80 WHIP, 3.364 BABIP. Not doing so good. It was not so much a control issue, 20 Ks and 10 walks. He was just leaving the ball out over the plate. Maybe that is a control issue. But I sent him down to the Zephyrs to get a little bit more seasoning. I'll bring him back up later in the season. I still believe in this guy. His control is, just a tick substandard, but we'll get that a little bit worked on and he'll be fine. Brought up Steve Cook back up to replace him, and you can see the Encarnacion, man. If Cook wasn't making the minimum, he'd probably be gone. Cook had a rough spring, and I thought, well, he got a couple of starts down in New Orleans and did really well. So I thought, well, I'll bring him back up. He settled down, and he's going to be, yeah. I'll tell you what, Encarnacion does not believe in the same guys that JD believed in. We claimed Bob Zupchik off waivers from Boston. We needed an outfielder, put him right on the roster, and he's going to fill in for us until He's making the major league minimum. He'll fill in for us until our guys get back on board, and then we're gonna probably release him. Oh, Everett, intercostal strain, 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah, we need this guy back in the outfield. He's a big bat for us. You can see he started off great, 339. Oh yeah, OPS plus of 126. Everett's a real deal for us. What else? Anything else of note happening in? Yeah. Oh man. So I don't know if I've talked about this yet, but April 20th, the trade of the century for Milwaukee here. Good land, man. I found Dave Martinez. I saw Dave Martinez out on free agency, and I signed him to a minor league free agent contract. Let's see if I can see the MLFA. Let's see if I can see the list here. Maybe it was in February that I signed him. 1 minute while I pull that up. Yeah, here it is. We found Dave Martinez out on the free agency market, age 29. He was willing to sign a minor league contract with us, and so I did that. And you can see that. OSA. Let's go with Encarnacion. Encarnacion likes this guy, man, and a heck of a center fielder. You know, signed him to a minor league free agent contract. Great speed, good bat. Well, I shopped him. I was messing around looking at the Twins, looking at upcoming opponents and looking at the Twins roster, and I saw that pitcher Kevin Tapani was out there, and I thought, I wonder what it would take to get him. And I said, make this deal happen now. And all they wanted was Dave Martinez, so I traded him straight up. Now, for them, is a salary dump because he's making 1.6, and man, if I'm going to negotiate an extension, it's going to cost me dearly. Right now, he's asking $2.4 million a year. Don't think I can afford that. Let's see. What's our currently have $680 cash on hand. I can do it. I got 5.7 for extensions. I can do it. He's 30 years old. You know, I kind of don't know. I kind of wonder what I was doing this for now, because I can't compete in the next few years. Oh man, I thought this was such a great deal. Now I'm like, oh man, I got fleeced. 1.6 million. I kind of want Dave Martinez back. You know what I mean? I could use that guy in my outfield right now. Oh God, I'm kicking myself. Anyway, Tapani I thought was too good to pass up, and so I brought him over, and he's doing fine. He was 3-0 with Minnesota. He's 0-2 for us. Go figure. But still have an outstanding year. It was pitcher of the month for April, I think, in the American League. Great control. He could pitch all day with that kind of control, and hopefully he'll get the guys out. You know, maybe I'll extend him by 1 year. So that was, I guess, the only other main thing. I thought it was a steal. Got Dave Martinez to a minor league free agent contract. Maybe I should have just kept him. Maybe that was the steal, not leveraging him for Kevin Tapani. This I kind of thought was a steal. The Minnesota Twins shopped Kevin Robertson, who is a home run. He's a tater hitter. He's hit 2 home runs for the Twins this year and this past month. He's hitting .318 for the Twins in limited action, but that's not bad at all. But I don't distrust these middle finger guys. You see that? I mean, just a big home run, a lot of power, but not a whole lot of contact rating. Maybe Encarnacion got this guy wrong. Maybe the Twins got him right, you know. We've never been high on this guy in our organization. Good influence, leader, durable. Yeah, maybe we totally got this guy wrong. But we traded him to Minnesota for 23-year-old starting pitcher Roger Sawkill, who I thought was a good gamble, and Encarnacion likes him, good velocity. 3 good pitches, average to good, good movement, keeps the ball in the park. But he kind of got hammered in April. He started 3 games, and his WHIP is 1.92 and ERA 7. Not so good. 7.17 ERA. Yeah, not such a great auspicious start. He's still on our staff, however, but he's working out of the bullpen right now. So those were the major changes. Anything else? We had the DFA Malakote and Simons. Nobody picked them up, so we optioned them down to New Orleans. Sent them down to New Orleans. What else? What else can I say? Well, I guess I can talk about our rotation and our infield and outfield. Our rotation is Ismael Valdez, Kevin Tapani, William Van Landingham, Steve Cook, and Phil Leftwich. We've got some guys who can fill in the rotation if we need to. Our bullpen, primary bullpen, John Hope, Johnny Ruffin, Anthony Telford, who's been outstanding for us. Mike Henneman, who came over in another trade, salary dump for us. Blas Minor, who's not having a great start this year, but he'll recover. And Bill Wirtz, who's doing real well as our closer. Our lineup right now is behind the Ivan Pudge Rodriguez, behind the batter's box at catcher. First base, Bob Hamelin. He's doing well, hitting .321 with 5 home runs in April. He's done what we wanted. Second base, Tony Womack, hitting .389, man. He's lighting it up and stealing bases for us. Shortstop is Carlos Rodriguez, who was acquired from New York. He's hitting .294 for us, doing great. Third base, Terry Pendleton, who is on the DL. Butch Husky is filling in. Butch Husky is the only guy I got who can fill in at third base, and he's a weak link right now, hitting .145. We just got to hold on until Pendleton gets back in a couple of weeks. Well, actually, he's got, another month on the DL. Why didn't I just suck it up and, go shorthanded? I don't know. The outfield looks like Tony Longmire is doing well, hitting .275 in left. Danny Bautista tearing it up with a .362 in right, and Damon Buford in center field at .267. So despite losing Carl Everett and Danny Bautista, actually Bautista's out temporarily, but despite losing Carl Everett, our outfield is performing. And DH, Domingo Cedeno, who plays, he's basically our backup shortstop, is hitting .275. So our big problem right now is probably Butch Husky at third base. And I may have to make a move to get a better third baseman, because I gotta have more production, you know. Okay, and I guess that's an overview. Let's take a look at the Zephyrs pitching stats. Anybody doing well? Albie Lopez performing decent. Let's add some whip to this. Let's add a little bit of whip pitching. BABIP and whip. We'll go back to general. Don't care about uniform number. And that should be fine. Okay, yeah, Albie Lopez. He's I kind of had him pegged as a rotation guy of the future. We'll see. Looks like he needs a little bit of time down in AAA. He's not exactly lighting it up. Kevin Morton has a great whip, but his ERA is pretty high. And Greg Brummett and Tim Pugh round out the rotation. Tim Pugh has got the opposite problem. Good ERA, but his whip is up there. So this being and Jason Baird just got demoted down to New Orleans. He'll start getting some starts, work on his control. This is the way these historical sims set up is they populate the team with ghost players. So just to get these major league prospects, some historical prospects, some playing time. In our roster, let's look at batting stats. Continue, yes. And batters. Let's see. There's nobody really here that we're expecting big things from, but this guy Andy Allenson is hitting really well. He's exceeding Encarnacion's expectations. He's an old catcher, so yeah. Let's go back to Paso. Anything of note in El Paso? Omar Dahl. We got some pictures down here that might be worth looking at. Pitching stats. Billy Brewer, Corey Bailey, and Omar Dahl are the ones I got my eye on. Omar's been hammered. You can see he's got a sky-high ERA, but he projects to, well, wow, he has really fallen off too. He projected at one time to be in our bullpen. Julian Tavares, he's basically marking time. He's ready to be on the staff, or major league staff. He's not happy to be down in Double A. Let's see, Billy Brewer. Brewer, huh? Interesting. Brewer's doing well. I don't think he'll be able to do this well at the major league level, but we'll see. And Corey Bailey. Bailey should be up in our bullpen at some point. Not doing exceptionally well at Double A, but he should get moved up to Triple A soon. Okay, any storylines to talk about here? In the bigs, let's get standings. I want to make this short and sweet. In the National League, Atlanta has a 4-game lead over surprising Montreal, with Philadelphia and the Florida Marlins hanging in there. New York Mets are slumping badly. In fact, the Mets are the worst team in baseball at this point in 1994. In the Central Division, Pirates and the Cardinals are just going after it, with Houston right there too. So it's a 3-way race. Cincinnati and Chicago are not too far back. In the West, the Dodgers and the Rockies are right there, with the Padres and the Giants just right in the mix of things. Surprising, the expansion Rockies right there in just a game and a half out of first place in the West. And the Marlins just playing 500 baseball in 6 games, 6.5 games back in the East. Not bad. Montreal currently in the tops in the wild card. Over in the AL, in the Eastern Division, again, it's Boston, Toronto, and Baltimore. Toronto rebounding from an abysmal year, with the Yankees showing some signs of life, and Detroit way down in the standings. In the AL Central, Kansas City and Minnesota are neck and neck. That's a surprise. Cleveland and Chicago are a few games back, and then we're 6 games back, picking up the slack in the Central. Over in the West, once again, it's Seattle and Texas threatening to run away with the West. California is hanging in, and Oakland is well back. So we'll have to see how this shapes out here. It could be kind of fun. Let's see if anybody is playing over-under in a big way. Their Pythag. Oh, we're 3 under our Pythag. That's no surprise to me, as is Oakland. And, yeah, I guess those are the big extremes. Scores and schedules, stats and leaders. Newspaper, anything on the newspaper? Morgan Wagner is National League Rookie of the Year. Never heard of Morgan Wagner. Manny Ramirez got AL Rookie of the Month. I should have said NL Rookie of the Month. The boyish Detroit right fielder might be wet behind the ears, but he's proving he has what it takes to play at this level. Well, no kidding. Anything else? I guess that's about it. Barry Bonds. 3 weeks. Oh. Anyway, let's go look at injury log. Jose Valentin. Oh no! The guy we sent to the Yankees, Mark Clark, torn labrum, 4 months. He's gone. Oh, I'm sorry, Mark. He started, or he pitched in 3 games, 5 innings. Oh, he was pitching so well for them too. Well, 1.0 whip, but a 5.4 ERA. Oh man, just 25 years old. Well, looking down through the rest of the list here, looking around the microphone. 20th. 4 weeks. Greg Olson. Toronto's catcher Greg Olson was injured in a collision. He'll miss 4 weeks. Greg Olson. He was on the roster, and I dealt him to Toronto in 1992. No, wait a minute. Yes. I was the skipper of Atlanta, or the GM of Atlanta in 92. What I get in return for Greg Olson? How's he performed? Looks like not great. I lost history on him. I don't know. Just looking for any really catastrophic injuries so far this season. Jeff Kent, 4 weeks, not bad. Jeff King of the Marlins, yeah, he was still recovering, 5 to 6 weeks. Terry Pendleton, 5 to 6 weeks. Roberto Hernandez of the Chicago White Sox, 7 to 8 weeks. Oh, Jim Edmonds, rookie Jim Edmonds, 4 months. Oh man, that's a big one. Let's scan down through here and see if we see any other big ones like that. Man. Pedro J. Martinez. Oh, torn UCL, 7 to 8 months. Is that the Pedro Martinez? You know, I saw that storylines are active. I may have to go deactivate storylines. Doug DeCenso, torn labrum, 5 to 6 months. Doug DeCenso. Nope, didn't know him. Pedro J. Martinez. Oh, are you kidding? Really? Oh. Kansas City. How did they get Martinez? They had him as a closer? No. Are you kidding me? They had this guy as a closer because of his stamina. Oh, man. He was making the major league minimum. Is there any possible way? Did he? Yeah, don't. Did they draft him? Wow. Let's look at his. Was he a rookie this year? I did not see him in the list. No, 92. So it looks like Kansas City drafted him back in 90. There goes Kansas City season, man. Whoa, pretty picture. I know they were on top, but with that guy out, that's got to hurt. That has got to hurt. Look at these guys, man. Who is S. Berry? All right, I'm going to go off camera and see if I can find a third baseman to trade for. A backup third baseman. All right, I gotta think about this. I'll see you next time. Peace out.